What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and this is episode 9 of Mod Sauce. Wait, I still have the chest. Do you want cheese? Regular crown? Yes! Ocelot hat. Sorry, I have to change my hat. Often. Or I think the mod becomes pointless. Anyway, I seem to have acquired a few chickens. What the heck is going on here? Yeah, it's one of those situations. So here's the deal. I'm currently at tier 3. I didn't really do anything off camera except, build this whole portal and containment area thing that I have right here. Let me show you why I made it. Alright, so I need the tier 3. This requires 25,000 LP. So, if I take my handy dandy little divination sigil, what does it say the capacity is? 10,000. Do you see my predicament? Now, if we go one step further to the Master Blood Orb, not only does it require this thing, which we'll get into later this episode, I'm sure, 40,000. That's 4 full altars full of things. Not to mention pricking myself became quite tedious, and I was tired of it. So I constructed this big thing right here for a couple reasons. Let me deposit some stuff. I guess I'll just keep the rest. There's not a whole lot there. Anyway, so first of all, I started to run out of food a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much, and I wanted to replenish my supply. What better way to do that than with chicken? Hello, nighttime. I need to send you away for a while. I don't like monsters. Monsters scare me. And we're awake. Perfect. So, yeah, now I'm getting a lot of eggs. Oh, this is so aggravating. Why did I pick chickens? Could have done cows or something. But the basic idea is that I went and got a full blood shard. You see, chicken, tier 5. Yeah, I got a full blood shard of chickens, which I showed you earlier. That is one of the ones that was missing. But considering I did kill a whole bunch of chickens, I decided to go ahead and grab that from the NEI. I already had it before, showed it to you. So I figured, let's put it to good use. So I hooked it up into, I did make a new soul cage. Did the whole thing. This wireless lever right here is amazing. Shift click on something that receives power. Although you can't do it directly to redstone lines or blocks that can't receive power. It has to be something on its own, like this, that receives power all by itself. That can use the power all by itself. I'll say it that way. Anyway. So, I need to start grinding out a bunch of things. Now, the first one is the gold block, and that's for the tier 3. 25,000. Let's get to killing. And there we go. Perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. It's also a pretty cool way. It's an easy way to get way above the pool. Oh, I'm here. Look, portal. Perfect. Alright, so now I have this guy. What do we need this guy for? Let's see. There's a Ritual Diviner. Now you see there's 2 of them. The difference between them is that this one cannot place dusk runes, and this one can. This one I cannot make yet, because I need 2 of the dusk elemental inscription tools, which I can't get yet, and I need a couple of these guys. It has to be tier 4. However, this first one I can get. 1,000, so what do I need? A magma cream, gas tier, elemental inscription tool, okay, lapis lazuli block, and obsidian. So, let's go grab those things. And we're back. So, now all I need to do is sit here for a little while longer and basically just let these things cook up in here. So, obsidian, let you cook. And when things run out, I have these perfectly good, delicious chickens ready to fill my blood altar back up. So you're done. So take you and give me the gas. Whoa, hey. Give me the gas tier. And I think you're going to work without needing a refill. Aren't you? Don't make me a liar. Yep. Okay, good. Then we have the magma cream. Go ahead and top it off. And are you done? Yeah, you're done. And then we have the lapis lazuli block. Just 'cause. And we now have infinite chickens. Look, almost 2 stacks of chicken. Plus, I have some already cooked. It's perfect. I get feathers, food, and what I need to continue blood magic. It's the best setup ever. And if I do say so myself, that actually looks pretty cool. Minus the little stragglers like the blocks here and here. Oh, there's a chicken on top. Hey, little buddy. Hey, dude. Sorry, you must be sacrificed as well. But it does look kind of cool. This is a lot better than my other hack together jobs of getting mobs into this circle. Usually I use like the ender lasso and manually breed them all or something like this, but this is marvelous. I just have to say that because if I need more mobs, I don't have to go look for more. I just flip the switch. Hi, chickens. How would you like to be my food source / blood magic further thing? Yeah, thanks. I appreciate all the help you're going to provide. Your deaths will be swift and merciful. If I need them to be. Anyway, let's go ahead and make this ritual diviner thing here. 4 diamonds, an emerald, and those things, which I have in my inventory, which shouldn't be all that hard to get. And we have it. So now, what do we need? Actually, before we do that, we need some ritual stones. Ritual stones, I need a bunch of these reinforced slates, which means I need to continue using this thing. And I need a bunch of stone as well. So, since this is another one of those long and grueling processes, I'm going to skip right to the part where I have a bunch of ritual stones ready to go, all set up, and I'll see you back at that point in time so we can get ready to do the next part. Alright, so I did go ahead and get a bunch of reinforced slates, and I think I used a bug in the system because I don't believe you're supposed to have more than one item inside this at a time. But if you hook an item transfer node up to it, pointing into it, you see how I actually technically stuck it against the wall and it's pointing into this. You can stick an entire stack of things in here. Now, it doesn't make it take any less time. It actually, takes forever just to get one. But what that allowed me to do is literally just stand here and kill chickens until it, converted them all over into the slates. So it avoided me having to switch, click, switch back to kill chickens, switch, click, every single time I wanted to get one. Instead, I just dropped an entire stack, plus some, because I also made the ritual stones already, into this side over here, and I just waited. I just killed chickens long enough to make them, convert. But what I need to do now is actually make a ritual of binding. And I actually want to do that over here. And there's something I failed to show you on, one of the first episodes. I told you I was going to get something from Botania that's actually really cool. And I did get it. I just didn't show it to you. And for that I apologize. But it's called the Horn of the Wild. You want to see what this thing does? After I kill this guy? Come here, dude. What are you running for, man? This thing is awesome. It takes out all the grass blocks in an area. So I can get rid of all of this stuff and probably, maybe increase my frame rate a little bit too. But you see, it drops the items just like it normally would if you broke them by hand, which is one reason it's so awesome, because now, once I do start in Botania, I can easily get all of the mystical flowers that I need to, do Botania well enough. But what I need to do now is actually, oh yeah, I forgot I have my My bag. You just do this. Wow. So many items. I don't know why, but I really love seeing when so many items just kind of jump into my inventory like that. It's kind of a pain because, well, for obvious reasons, it means until I clear them all out, I don't have any inventory room. But just the entire act of them being sucked into, my inventory is awesome. I don't know. That's just cool. I like that. Anyway, so what we need to do... Oh, I forgot something. I need to make 4 more ritual stones for something. I need this. Do this. Are you going to work? One there, and the blood orb. I don't know why it didn't do all this for me. 4 of you. Then we're going to go to this guy. And I need 4 ritual stones. Okay. Come on, man. Why are you not working how you're supposed to? I need the master ritual stone. Okay, so now I'm good. Now I'm ready, I think. So what you do, basically, what we're going to do in this case, is that blood magic has rituals. And these rituals do various things. There's one for containment. There's one called the Well of Suffering that damages mobs and gives it to your altar, which is really cool, and it's something we're going to get into. The reason I haven't done that yet to make this easier is because that requires tier 4. And I'm not quite there yet, but I am getting very close now because all I really need to do is make enough runes and lay them out. Do what we're doing now to get the piece that we need to convert into the new blood orb. And then we can actually make the Well of Suffering. But what this is the center block for every ritual. If you want to do a ritual, you have to have a master ritual stone. Now, you can lay out all of these runes on their own, and those inscription tools that I made earlier with the Magnum Cream, the Gas Tier, the Lapis Lazuli block, and Obsidian, yeah, those can be used manually. So I can take these guys and actually place them out where they're supposed to go and everything, and then take those inscription tools on my hotbar and actually color these blocks how they're supposed to be colored. But that's just a huge pain. Instead, we have this thing right here called the Ritual Diviner. What this does is it allows you to shift right click and it will cycle through all of the rituals that you can do. You see right there, I'd already passed Ritual of Binding. That's the one we want. But we also have the Well of Suffering, which I can't do yet. The reason I can't do that yet, like I said, you need tier 4, but you need tier 4 for the Dusk Runes. This one says cannot place Dusk Runes, so I can't automate it this way, and I can't even get the inscription tool on its own to do that part of it manually. So it's kind of, you have to wait. But what we need to do is we need to go back to Ritual of Binding, Full Spring, Serenade of the Nether, Ritual of Green Grove, Interdiction, Containment, Ritual of Binding. Here we go. And then once you're done with that, you have to have these ritual stones in your inventory. I think hotbar will probably work too, and then you hold right click on it until it stops. It's starting to hurt me. Okay, are you done? I think you're done. That looks about right. I don't know why it hurt me. I guess I didn't have enough. I guess this thing takes juice when you do this. So you want to make sure you have some LP in your network. And I bet I'm down to 0 now. Yeah, I have none left. So that's kind of a thing. When you run out of LP in your personal network, anything you do that uses LP will start to hurt you. It will take your life to pay for that action. In this case, it was placing down the runes automatically. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't think I have that hat. Plum Bob. I think that's supposed to be a Sims reference. Anyway, so now that we have this, what we need is we actually need 2 things. One, we need a diamond sword so we can get the bound sword, and we need a weak activation crystal. The weak activation crystal, I believe, is gotten by making a flame crystal or lava crystal and then putting that at tier 3 into the blood altar, and it takes so much. So I actually just need to make this lava crystal. I'm going to make it. I'm going to put it in there, get the weak activation crystal, make myself a diamond sword, and then I'll meet you back over there when we're done. Alright, so weak activation crystal, complete. Diamond sword, got it. Do you have over 5,000 LP? Yes. Oh, side note, I've been saying LP points. It's redundant. I know I said that a lot in the last episode. I don't know why I was saying it. It's wrong. It's just wrong. I know. Anyway. So I have both of these. I have enough LP. In theory, this should work. Let's find out. So I'll throw you down. Oh, and by the way, make sure you turn off your rare earth magnet. Super suck magnet needs to be off. Obviously. Then you go and right click. Whoa, there it goes. Put out the fire and stand right here. Reason you want to, and turn your super suck magnet back on. Reason you want to do that is because the fire can actually, well, burn your bound blade or bound whatever you're getting. So here's the ritual of binding. This is only used in certain things. You can get all the tools this way, including the pickaxe, the shovel. I don't know if there's a hoe. Is there a hoe? There is not a hoe. All right. Good to know. But you can get the shovel, the axe, the pickaxe, and the sword, or the blade. And then, you know, the bound gear is not gotten this way, but that's something we'll be getting into shortly. Maybe not this episode, but sometime very, very soon, because I really, really want that armor. Anyway. So, yeah, here's the bound blade. So what do we do with this? Well, the next step is to farm out a bunch more runes to get tier 4. But what else do we need for tier 4? To completely have it, I mean. One, we need the large bloodstone bricks. Alright, so we gotta look up that. We also need the blood orb. And that would be the master blood orb. We need a weak blood shard. How do you get these? Well, it says you can duplicate them this way, but it doesn't say how to get them. Well, to get them, you take your bound blade, and by the way, with this thing active, it will slowly consume LP. Seems like about 50 at a time. Every few seconds or so. Oh, that time it actually took 100. You just kind of got to watch it. Just turn it off when you're not using it. Anyway, you take this bound blade and you go kill mobs, basically. Is really all it is. It's not 100% drop. It doesn't always drop. And I don't know if you can get it from any mob, but we're about to find out. Well, we don't know if he dropped it. But I got to kill a bunch of regular passive mobs because I do want to know if I can get it from passive mobs. So we're going to try this real quick on the chickens that I believe I have over here already. Still? You still here? Knock, knock. Nobody's there. There will be soon. Go ahead and turn this guy off for a little bit, considering we don't have the well of suffering just yet. That should be enough to see if I get enough. If I get a weak blood shard from these guys. Ah, chickens. I don't think you get them from passive mobs. I'm not sure, though. But if I have more than a couple, maybe these blue slimes count as spirits. But I don't know. Well, we got one. One is not all we need. So maybe it came from one of the spirits. I'm betting that's probably where it came from. But since we now have mobs all around the area, since you know it's night, we can actually just go around and kill these guys. And have a better chance of getting them. Hey, come here, dude. You too. I just need a few so I can start duplicating them. Oh, look, you picked it up. Aren't you crappy? Alright, so there's 4, which will get us started. Because at the moment, we only need a couple. We only need 2, I believe. Still have 4. Okay, cool. So, in order to get the better blood orb, I need to kill a lot of chickens in this thing and wait long enough. That's pretty much how that works. But we also need the runes, which means there's more grinding. So I'm just going to show you. 1, that's how you get that. You need 40,000 and a tier 4 altar before you can even get this guy. We're not quite at a tier 4 altar, so the runes have to come first. And I'm probably going to go with either more sacrifice runes or more speed runes. I'll kind of decide that on the fly and deal with that then. But we also need the large bloodstone brick. Well, that's cake. 1 stone, 1 weak blood shard. Perfect. Done deal. So, now we can take these guys and top these... Oh, that was weird. Hi there, spider. Goodbye, spider. So we can now pop these guys off. And then replace them with these. And these are the exact ones you need for tier 4 to make it complete. Now all I need are the runes. And after I get the runes, I can grind out a whole bunch of chicken kills to get tier 4 and get that blood orb. After that, I'll be back and we'll work on setting up the Well of Suffering. Alright, so what do we have? We have the Ritual Well of Suffering already selected in the new Ritual Diviner. And you see there it does say can place dusk runes. I went ahead and made the next one. And these things were surprisingly easy. 2,000, that was like a snap of the fingers. And the demonic slates, even though it was 15,000, it had to go through this one too, which is also 5, and this one, which is 2, and then this one. Yeah, it went all the way through the tiers in like a matter of seconds. It was awesome. And the reason for that is because I now have a bunch more speed runes in place. And this kind of a setup, I believe, is going to help quite a bit. So I already put down the Well of Suffering, and it's down here along with elevator blocks. Those things are awesome. I love elevator blocks. But this is what the ritual looks like. And what this does is that it ticks damage on any mobs in the area except the player. Any player, actually, except any player. So, yeah, even these bats, they'll all take damage. And it will convert that damage into blood for the blood altar. And it will place it into the nearest blood altar unless it's too far away, and then it won't. Yeah, you get the idea. But I believe there was a recent change because the tick damage seems to be too fast to, let witches heal themselves. I believe they sped it up recently, very recently. That, or there was something going on with my world where the ticks were actually a lot faster than they're supposed to be. Because this thing was ticking damage on them quite a bit. It was really fast. Witches could not keep up and they ended up dying. So, at the very least, for the meantime, I'm going to bring that chicken spawner down here. And I'm going to let them spawn in this room so that I can kind of gauge whether or not witches will or won't work. And if they will work, then I'll bring them in because I like them as a better alternative to, just having a spawner down here. But if they don't work, then I guess I'm leaving the chickens, or maybe I'll bring something else in here. Maybe I'll switch it out every now and then, just to give myself, that version of mob drops. In this case, it'll be chickens for a while. But really, that's all that's really left. I need that, and I need a bunch of LP in my network, which you see, I have 215,000. I believe it costs 50,000 to get this thing started. So I don't believe that'll be a problem. So let's go ahead and bring this down into our little area down here. We're just going to plop this right on top. Then we're going to go back up top, grab our lever, jump back down. Yes, I should have gotten the lever while I was up there, but hey, Okay. So we'll shift click on this guy. You see that line? It only shows up when you hold shift with this thing in your hand, the wireless lever, but it tells you what it will power as soon as it starts to work. So then we're going to go back up top and we're going to stick this somewhere. Where do we want to be able to turn on and off our thing? See, it's going right there. We're just going to stick it right on the side and see if this works. Yep, it's being powered. Okay, so now there should be some chickens in here. So I should be able to, in theory, grab you and just go like that. And now they're being hurt. And actually, yeah, I think witches will work. That was a lot slower than it was in my creative world. And I have no idea why it was so fast in my creative world. I don't know. I don't get it. But it was literally at least 4 times faster than that in my creative world. But now, since I have something, well, first of all, in the config file of this new Soul Shards Reborn, you can actually tell exactly how many mobs you want in an area. So this place down here is going to be littered with chickens, but only 30 of them because that's what I put in the config file. Now, also, it's not going to be a big deal because chickens are incredibly weak. And even though that tier 5 shard will spawn it really, really quick, the damage to them is going to be enough to keep their numbers down. It will probably never reach 30. And now you see my blood network is actually increasing quite a bit. Maybe not as much as you might expect, but it's decent. So what I actually want to do, since it is actually really slow and I'm continue to get drops, which I don't want. That's going to be aggravating eventually. But let's go ahead and turn this back on because I don't have a method for cleaning them up at the moment. But I am going to go and find some witches before the next episode. I'm going to get the witches. I'm going to get them down there and just have that done. Just like that. It's just going to be how it is. So, yeah, that's going to be what that is. And then in the beginning of the next episode, I'm also going to prep everything that I need in order to get the blood armor, the bound armor from Blood Magic. I really, really, really want that. I don't need these anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and tear all this down too. Wow, these things actually take quite a bit of damage, don't they? So, that's going to be a thing. We're going to go through and we're going to get bound armor, and at the latter half of the next episode, I believe... Cat with a fish. It's on my head still. I believe we're going to start with a couple withers. We're going to do some withers. That skelly, the wither skelly spawner I've got hooked up in here. It's over there behind me, where the cat's head is. I am going to, I've let that run for a while, so I'm going to use the skulls that they were dropping and kill a few withers. Hopefully get some wither stars. And then I'll show you the next machine that I really want to build with them, because it is awesome. But until next time, if you liked the episode, please click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. Comment, favorite, share, do what you do. Thanks so much for watching.